So tell me your audience, tell me where they're hanging at, and tell me what you want to accomplish, and I can help you build out a strategy and tell you where you need to be and doing what on each of the platforms to get going. Our good friend Carl Richards said, if you believe your advice will change the world, marketing goes from a chore to a responsibility. And I fully believe that if you're a financial advisor and you believe the work you're doing is helping your clients, making a change in their lives, and you can help more people, then it is your responsibility to go out and let people know that you exist. It's your responsibility to go out and let people know the work that you're doing and how you can help them. It's your responsibility to go out and just educate the general public about financial matters, even if they don't become your client. That is part of what we sign up for as financial advisors. And luckily, we are working at a time where it's never been easier to go spread our message. It's never been easier to go tell your story, which will become your personal brand, to allow people to determine whether or not they want to work with you before they ever call you. Now is the best time to be doing this, and there's a number of things that we're going to cover in these videos over the next however many weeks this ends up being. But today we're going to talk about social media and how to leverage that for your messaging to get in front of your clients and ultimately grow your business and help more people. So today is all about the platforms. But before we get to them, I think there's 3 things you need to answer before you can ever put together a strategy. And at the end of this, I'm going to wipe the board clean, except for Carl's quote, and come back and show you how I view the platforms for my business and how I'm trying to use those to reach my clients and reach prospective people and then educate the public in general. We'll get there towards the end, but first off, there's 3 things that you really need to answer first before you can really get going on whether or not social media is going to help you and how it's going to help you. The first is going to be your audience. Who are you trying to reach? Who are you trying to talk to? Who are you trying to help? The second is, where are they hanging out at? And then the third is, what are you trying to accomplish? So your audience, who are you trying to help? Who are you trying to reach using social media? Where are they hanging out? Are they an older client? Well, maybe they're on Facebook. If they're a younger client, maybe they're on Twitter, maybe they're on Instagram. Where are they at? And that will determine where you need to be directing your content and also where you need to be spending some of your time engaging. Just putting content somewhere isn't enough. You've got to be out there engaging, interacting with the people you want to be talking to start building those relationships before they ever come to you. And then what are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to reach current clients? Are you trying to reach prospective clients? Are you trying to let other financial advisors know what it is that you do, what your expertise is, so they can lean on you if you ever need it? If I ever come across an optometrist that is looking for a financial advisor and they don't already know Adam Shmela, I'm sending them to him. He's the next town over. He's a good friend of mine. But I know because of his podcast, I know because of his writing, I know because of his presence on Twitter that he only works with optometrists. So there's no reason for me to try to take on a client that I can't help. There's plenty of clients out there for me to work with. I'm going to send them to Adam to make sure they get good hands and they get everything that they need for their financial plan, which I'm not honestly capable of giving them. But I would not know that if Adam was not out there sharing his expertise in different areas with the financial advisor community. So yes, some people are sharing their stuff purely for ego. Others are sharing it to educate other people about other areas that they could be working with, but also that, hey, I'm an expert in this area, you don't need to know it, send clients to me, and if they're not an optometrist, Adam's not working with them, and he'll send them to somebody else. So this whole collaborative environment that we're starting to see really take off with financial advisors, that could be one of the goals you're wanting to accomplish with your content, which would dictate where you're going to be. So tell me your audience, tell me where they're hanging at, and tell me what you want to accomplish, and I can help you build out a strategy and tell you where you need to be and doing what on each of the platforms to get going. So now let's get to the platforms. My new board, I've been excited to get this here. Got these fancy color markers. So we're going to dive into the platforms. So you've got Facebook. We've got Twitter. I might have run out of blue, so we're going to go purple for LinkedIn. We've got YouTube. And we've got Instagram. Now I'm going to make a exception here. This next one is not technically a social media platform, but it plays into the overall approach. Search. So Google. You're not going to be actually spending time on Google, but this is one area that you can be communicating. It may dictate how you're kind of structuring some things. And then finally, voice, which today is going to be very heavy on the Alexa devices, so your Amazon devices. But I think that this will be a growing trend. We'll see more and more use of voice over time. So that'll be another platform. I don't know if it ever will be a voice-only platform other than what Amazon has right now, but that'll be something there as well. And then you've got the outliers. You've got TikTok. If you're prospecting for the next 45, 50 years. And then you've got Pinterest. And then I'm sure there's some other social media platforms. Pinterest may have some opportunity. I just have no desire to learn it, but that's another area. So these are the major players. And depending on who your audience is, which one of these are hanging out at, and what you want to accomplish will dictate how you use these, which ones you use. You don't need to use them all, or some of you do need to use them all. So for example, audience, if you're working with retirees, Facebook may be a good place because numbers show us that the older clients are spending time on Facebook, they're keeping up with their grandkids, so you might want to be there. Younger clients, maybe it's Instagram, maybe it's Twitter, but those all dictate where you're going to be hanging out to try to be reaching the right clients. So give me a moment as I erase this board, and we're going to go over how I see each of the platforms working out, where I'm using them, and give you some insight on how you might want to structure it. Now, what I'm about to write on here is not the end-all be-all. This is one firm's approach. It'll be different based off of every other firm. It's kind of like a financial plan. The variables going in for you and your firm will dictate what this looks like. I'm going to erase this. Give me a second, and then we'll get back to it. All right, we're back, and I'm going to move over to this side of the board so I can write next to these and give you all of the answers to how I'm currently using social media and where I see it fitting in. So we're going to go with Facebook first. So for me, the way I view Facebook, this is primarily for clients. Reason being, I want to have a place that I can direct them, that I can send them a bunch of different communication, whether it is my blog posts, my videos, other blog posts. Start to build a little bit of a community with my clients, and Facebook is going to be the best place to do that. I don't want to go out and set up a Mighty Networks type of or community page for my clients. Facebook will work. Enough clients have it. They're already on it. That'll be a good way to be there. Keep engaged with them, and again, provide content to them. Personally, Facebook page is open. I'm not using it for prospecting. I'm not really running Facebook ads. I know that a lot of advisors are doing Facebook ads, and some of them are having success. Not really in my budget to do that, and not really how I want to grow things, but that doesn't mean it's right or wrong. But for me, Facebook is for clients. I leave it open in case somebody stumbles across it. Maybe somebody shares a Facebook post of mine and they like it, so it shows up in somebody else's feed and they stumble across us. That's great. But I'm not really looking to get new clients out of Facebook. This is just a client retention and communication tool for me right now. Twitter primarily is news, networking, and sharing. So I'm getting my news about what's going on in the world, what's going on in finance. I'm reading what other advisors, investment professionals are writing, keeping up to date with everything that I need to know to do my job, but also spending time getting to know other professionals. And I cannot stress how valuable networking with other people on Twitter has been for my growth from an advisor standpoint, from an individual standpoint, from a dad, from a friend. Twitter has provided a unique opportunity to meet people across the world, some of which have become very close friends of mine. And also I know that if I ever have something that I come across in day-to-day activities as an advisor, I have somebody to call upon to help me out. They've been there before, they've done that, they have that expertise. I don't care how good of an advisor you think you are, you will eventually come across a case or something with a client you've never dealt with before, and if you've done a good job networking and you're connected, you're going to have an advisor who can help you through that situation and give you some guidance, because there's a lot of great advisors willing to help out other good advisors. So don't sleep on the networking and sharing. If you have a platform that you want to get out there, you want to grow your reach, putting it out there and sharing it amongst your peers, while at first may seem weird, you may have a little bit of imposter syndrome, and you may be afraid of getting critiqued. Put all that away because you want other advisors to know what it is that you're doing. And every once in a while, you might have a blog post get picked up in a Kitsis email or something, which will drive more viewers to your blog, which will help your overall growth. You'd be surprised at how valuable having other advisors sharing your work can be for growing your reach with your content. So sharing is another thing. Again, I think that sometimes the sharing becomes more about ego, but if you do it the right way, you can grow your reach, you can make friends, you can make allies within the firm, within our profession, and you can grow your reach by leveraging Twitter. LinkedIn, this I look at as prospective clients and also current clients. Not so much from a communication standpoint like Facebook with current clients, but for what's going on in my clients' lives. Facebook gives that a little bit of well, but also you may get a heads up on a promotion that you didn't hear about yet, and you can reach out, one, to congratulate your client, but also to preempt that or to prompt that meeting of, now that you've hit this promotion, what do we need to change with your plan? Have your goals changed? Has your income changed? It allows you to be a little bit more proactive rather than being reactive, and maybe they don't call and let you know, and you miss an opportunity to save them on taxes or something like that that may come with a higher income. So it is a little bit for clients, but LinkedIn is, I think, very poorly used right now. I think it's a lazy way for some advisors and professionals in general to communicate. It's canned content, it's spamming your inbox, and obviously those things are working somewhere, but most people that I know are annoyed by those things. It can be done properly. Even the quote-unquote spammy inbox type of communication can be done properly if it's done with a genuine message that sounds like you, not something that I can tell or the recipient can tell was just done for everybody on all of your lists by someone who doesn't even know what your business is. So because LinkedIn is poorly used, I think for those that use it properly and take advantage of all of the bad actors, it will help differentiate you and stand out. So if you're on LinkedIn and you are engaging, having genuine conversations in the comments, congratulating people, putting good content out there to help your LinkedIn network, that is a good thing. And LinkedIn, if you're working with professionals, is where you want to be. It's professionals. You're seeing who's changing jobs. You're seeing people that you might want to connect with. And more importantly, you're just around people who are working and probably thinking about bettering their careers, advancing their careers, bettering their financial situation. Why would you not want to be there? So I am personally very bullish on LinkedIn and am working on playing around with some things to spend some more time there because I think that's a missed opportunity by a lot of advisors. If you have a special niche, LinkedIn could be a good place as well if your niche is going to be there. If you're working with doctors, and I don't see too many doctors on LinkedIn, that may not be where you want to live. Again, going back to the questions, who's your audience? Where do they hang out? But LinkedIn has a lot of potential. YouTube is for everything. It is for communicating with your current clients. I do a weekly mixtape with a weekend review video. I put it on YouTube. I send it to my clients. I want to direct them to my YouTube channel so they're seeing everything, but I can communicate to them with the videos. Prospective clients can see me, hear me, listen to me. They can watch the YouTube channel. And then just putting general information out there to help educate the public and do my part to help people learn more, even if they don't become clients. So YouTube, I view for all, and I just think you put it there and you put it out there. And then obviously your YouTube can start going to these other things as well. But I would also view YouTube as a standalone platform because my boys go to YouTube just to watch videos and it drives me crazy. But some generations, some people are using YouTube as a standalone social media platform. So I think you want to view it that way for all of these areas. Instagram, I am using it for client first, but I do believe you can use it for prospective clients. I have not figured that one out fully yet, but I think that, I know that there are advisors who are having success on Instagram. Again, who's your audience, and are they there, and can you make them interested in financial planning and investments and everything that we do? That opportunity is there. I'm going to circle back on one way I think you can do it. Clients, this is a way to keep up to date. What are they up to? They're sharing pictures of their kids. Get an idea of what their life is like, what's going on, so you can be proactive if you need to. Without being a creep, every once in a while, just let them know you're thinking about them. Throw a comment there about whatever it is that is a good post, and just let them know that you're thinking about them and that you're there just in case they need you. You want to be top of mind when they need something. Same thing with prospective clients. Once you have somebody in, they may not be a client yet. If you get their social media information, go follow them and just see if what they're telling you in your onboarding meetings, if they're becoming a client, matches the lifestyle that you see on Instagram. You may get 2 different stories here, which will help strengthen the relationship because you can ask more questions and truly learn more about them. So I like Instagram for clients. The perspective is there. I think one way to do this and maybe run some Instagram ads would be to use more of a visual post to catch somebody's attention. So I am really digging Jack Butcher and Visualize Value and what he's doing there. And if you followed me on social media lately, you've seen some of the drawings that I've done inspired by Visualize Value. Those types of drawings would catch somebody's eye with a brief description of how these circles represent planning and how you can help a client may just be enough to get them to stop as they're scrolling through, look at it, be intrigued by it, and go learn more about you when they come to your Instagram. Instagram feed, I think you want to make it a mix of your personality, of some information and education, some ties to pull them into your other areas of content, so sending them to your blog, and some of these visual things that will help take these complex things that we deal with and break it down just in a visual way for somebody to understand very simply. Search. There are do-it-yourselfers. You may be a planning-only advisor, not doing investment. If you can get yourself ranking high on search, again, not truly a social media platform, but for people who aren't using Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn to find resources and look for things, search is the next best place. So this is going to be technically for all, but I really view it for prospects for certain advisors. SEO and those things all play in there, but search is going to be where some people are going to find their information. They're not using these platforms to get their information. And then voice, I use this first clients, and full transparency, I've been weak on this. I've had my flash briefing for well over a year. It's been stale for the last probably 5 months. It's a tricky thing to do because you want to be doing it frequently, daily if possible, and to think of something to talk about on a daily basis to your clients might be a bit much. I think maybe a 3 or 4 day a week skill would be real good. Breaking down what's going on, educating them about things they're hearing, getting them to think big picture about finances and behavioral things. That's where I look at it. This is something that I want to use to talk to clients between our meetings. So I would love for every client to have an Amazon skill or Amazon Echo or whatever it might be. Have a device they can hear me on Amazon and be able to hear me 3 or 4 times a week. Get a blog on Sunday with everything I did for the week with a video and have a lot of content. Scale this communication to all of your clients and be able to have it somewhat personalized to their lives and what you're doing with them and what you're talking to them in their meetings about without having to do it for each individual client. So voice can be leveraged there. You leave it open format and maybe some other people hear about it so that you get some prospective clients listening as well, filling you out along the way. So those are the platforms. So your content is going to be over here, and you're going to have your blogs and your podcasts, your videos, whatever it might be, and these are going to get filtered over here depending on what's best for you. So again, you tell me your audience, where they're hanging, and what you want to accomplish, and you can build out a strategy using the appropriate platforms. It may be one, it may be all, and it's going to be different for every advisor. But this is how I look at the various platforms, how they fit into what I'm trying to do, how I'm trying to reach my clients, how I'm trying to grow my firm, and then the content drives it all. So we'll come over here in the future and talk about blogging and podcasting and videos and all those things, but just a lot of time is focused on which platform should I be on. This gives you an idea how to think about it. Go back to those 3 questions. If you want help, hit me up. I've got a link in the notes down below. Doing consulting with some advisors on just these things. Quick strategy sessions, not full out long engagements. If you want to put together a strategy like this, let me know. If your duty is to let everybody know about your market or about your advice that you can give, I'm viewing it as my duty to let you know that there are advisors out here who are enjoying helping other advisors and want to help you grow and help you do these things if this is the right way for you to grow. So it's my job to be out here telling you that I can help you if you want it. So hit that link below, subscribe to this channel. Gonna have more of these types of videos along with videos with other advisors and strategy sessions with them, just to give you an idea of things to think about that you can implement to grow your business, to communicate better with your clients and communicate better with prospective clients along the way. So let me know if there's anything you want to hear. Throw those in the comments, topics you want to hear, talk about. Hit the whiteboard or even have other people want to talk about. Would appreciate that as well. I've got plenty of ideas, but I want to make sure I bring in what you want to hear. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.